I always prided myself on never getting caught. When I come through the line, I always know that I'm gonna score.
We knew what the storyline was going in. Chris Johnson, his quest for 2,000.
My track speed translated because I was always a football guy first.
He's unbelievable.
Chris is definitely the fastest. He just doesn't look it because he's so smooth, but when he has the ball in his hands, nobody can seem to get him.
I ran track to get me faster for football season.
He's full speed in 2 steps. He's tough between the tackles, has excellent patience, and he has a gear like Deion.
I started seeing defenders, they turn around and run that way.
Dr. Sulu, beam number 28 up, because he gets into warp speed.
And Chris Johnson has just run into history.
My rookie year, Vince Young got hurt.
Vince Young being hurt, your thoughts on that, Deion Sanders?
It's not good for the Tennessee Titans, but in the long run, I think, when the short term it is, because Kerry Collins is the perfect relief pitcher.
Kerry started playing and we went 13-3.
And Tennessee is loving life.
Lindell White, Chris Johnson at defense. I am on the bandwagon. Kerry Collins is the MVP.
So we came back the next year. Kerry was the starter.
Kerry Collins, Penn State.
Chris Johnson, East Carolina. Personal expectation was being that we went 13-3. I was thinking that that's just what we do.
We out here. You know what I'm saying? I was not far, you know what I'm saying? I would score touchdowns for fools.
You know, I came in that year and the coaches was like, yeah, we're gonna put the offense on your back. We're going through you, this and that, and it's all up to you to step up to the challenge.
Tennessee Titans, you mentioned Chris Johnson, a spectacular rookie season. He will be in action tonight.
Before the season, I did an interview and I said that I was gonna rush for 2,000 yards. They kind of like brushed it off and ain't take me serious.
There's no room at all. Probing the middle, Chris Johnson. It's an inside handoff, and making the tackle is Polamalu. Chris Johnson, the ball carrier.
And I'll tell you what the Steelers did tonight. They snatched one from the jaws of defeat.
We just came off a 13-3 season and we started off the year 0-6.
Tosses it back to Brady on a flea flicker. Brady looking, throwing long and deep, and touchdown, Randy Moss. 6 touchdown passes in the game for Brady, and the blowout is now totally out of control.
It was like, damn, we just went from the year before winning the first 10 games. So it's like, I'm not used to this. It was crazy.
Well, this 59-0 score is going to become the largest margin, in fact, since 1976.
And we ended up losing that game. But I feel like that gave me momentum where I went for 2,000 yards. Going into week 7, Bud Adams came out and was like, Vince is gonna be our starter.
The big story in the Music City, Vince is back. He can be a quality quarterback in the NFL, but if he's gonna do it in Tennessee, he's gotta do it now.
Everybody knew like this was Vince Young's team. We were on 6, we needed a spark, and he came in and he gave us that spark.
The 3 now, rolls out of the pocket, cuts it back, looking for the first down, Young hits the sideline. And he's got it. Vince Young popping his collar now, folks.
Vince is a pure playmaker.
Young throws the fade. Touchdown! He's got his swag.
Anytime he's in the game, like, he gonna make plays.
That here comes the little dynamo, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Being able to go head-to-head with Jones-Drew, I knew it was gonna be me versus him.
He catches the ball, he can pass protect, he's a physical runner, and he has the speed to hit the home run. He is a franchise back here in Jacksonville, and they use him as such.
You know, when we first get to work on Wednesday, so that's when we put in scouting reports, we put in game plans and all that. We get into the meeting, and Jeff Fisher's like, he put this thing up on the board, comparing stats. Within the last 10 years, Titans versus Jaguar game, whichever running back has the most rushing yards, that's what team always wins. And that's what we're doing this week, and he broke the meeting.
From the 20, Garrard goes toss sweep. Here's Jones-Drew coming left.
Maurice Jones-Drew breaking it back. And Maurice Jones-Drew down the sideline.
It wasn't Jacksonville Jaguars versus Tennessee Titans. It was Maurice Jones-Drew versus Chris Johnson.
Can they catch him? Maurice Jones-Drew, touchdown Jacksonville. As the little dynamo goes 80 yards.
Me and him in the boxing ring, and it was like a back and forth battle.
Chris Johnson with the seam. Chris Johnson. See you later. And Maurice Jones-Drew breaking tackles again. Look at this kid. Unbelievable. He needs one block. Garrard in front. Garrard blocking. Maurice Jones-Drew touchdown Jacksonville. What a play. Johnson gets the shoulder square. Watch out. Touchdown.
I just knew what I had to do. It was a battle. I'm like, it's on. Let's go. I'm about to show them that I'm the best running back in the league.
Here's a handoff to Chris Johnson.
This was a third down, and it was a trap play we called, and I came through the line.
Gives the ball to Chris Johnson.
The cornerback tried to come down and tackle me low. I jumped over him, and I seen the safety, and it was me and him, and, you know, I just ran through him.
Johnson hurdling. Watch out. Johnson again cuts it back. Touchdown, Tennessee. Woo!
When I got in the end zone, a couple guys jumped on me.
89 yards.
I got up, and then I started to jog towards the sideline, and just out of nowhere, like, I just dropped. I just couldn't breathe.
Chris Johnson is tired. He should be. He's run for 220 yards on 20 carries, which is a club record.
Because, you know, me and Jones-Drew have been going back and forth all day, and that final blow, I finally knocked him out, but I gave all I had with that blow.
Remember in the old days, they used to have oxygen for him. Where's the oxygen? He didn't make it to the bench.
I just needed to lay down for a while and catch my breath.
And the fans showing their appreciation for the second year back out of East Carolina.
Being able to go head-to-head with Jones-Drew and win the battle meant a lot.
He keeps the football.
He kept his football, but he lost his lunch.
Vince coming in affected my role a lot. We started opening up the playbook.
Ooh, the option. Uh-oh.
We was running option plays.
And the NFL's leading rusher finds his way to the end zone.
When you got Vince Young back there and he's a threat to run the ball too, take some of the pressure off me.
Vince Young looks, don't hold, runs, throws, caught. It's caught for a touchdown.
When Vince became a starter, we won 8 out of the last 10 games.
After a 59-0 loss to New England dropped Tennessee to 0-6 2 months ago, the Titans are unexpectedly competing for a playoff berth with 2 games remaining. Players have adopted a what do we have to lose mentality and were loose and free at practice Wednesday, hoping to extend one of the most stirring turnarounds in NFL history.
Hand off to Johnson. See ya. Johnson's a blur. Touchdown. Handoff, it's Johnson. Johnson hit, and Johnson keeps on going. Touchdown, Titans.
Been fighting and scratching, you know, each week to try to get back to what we, you know, the mess that we built for ourselves. So
during that streak with V, all the type of wins we was getting, the last minute wins, the clutch wins.
Brown's kick is leaking to the left, and the Titans will win.
It just installed confidence.
Kick is good. Tennessee wins.
No matter what adversity we facing, we can always make a play and win this game.
And as Vince Young and the Tennessee Titans emerge on Reliance Stadium on Monday night, it's not so much Vince Young that the Texans defense will be focusing on, but the NFL's leading rusher Chris Johnson, who looks to notch his 5th consecutive 100-yard game.
Johnson got a block from his wide receiver, stays on his feet, right through the tackle of Cushing, and explodes down the sideline. What a run by Chris Johnson.
When I really thought that I really had a shot to get 2,000 yards was probably like week 12.
2 tight ends in, it's Chris Johnson. Breaking a tackle, here's the big run. Johnson down the sideline
like I had like 1,600 rushing yards.
Johnson leads the NFL in rushing, just under 1,400 yards this season.
And it was like, damn, I really got a chance to do this.
Johnson trying to bounce it outside, has a crease, has an opening, cuts back, and Chris Johnson is into the end zone.
NFL Network, they started calling me CJ2K, and they had a ticker.
So the CJ2K meter stands at 1,626 yards.
Every week they had a ticker. So I had no choice but to pay attention to it.
Here comes Chris Johnson. He is so slow. Ninth straight 100-yard game. CJ2K now stands at 1,730 yards.
And I see every week it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I got a chance, I got a chance.
That leads us into our CJ2K watch as Johnson approaches 2,000 yards rushing on the season and inches closer to Marshall Faulk's single-season yards from scrimmage record.
So going into week 17, I knew I needed 148 rushing yards.
And the headline here, Chris Johnson and his quest for NFL history.
We was going to do whatever it took.
This is a team that has taken ownership and trying to help that man right there get the rushing title.
Everybody is on board.
We went in that game to get the 2,000 yards.
Hand off to Johnson, he's got a hole. Chris Johnson darts through it. Option, Young on a pitch, and he's got Johnson for a first down. Chris Johnson in his bid for history puts the Tennessee Titans on the board.
That was the most carries in a game in my career with 31 carries.
Outside, it's caught by Johnson, and Chris Johnson brought down after the gain of 9. It's a new NFL record for yards from scrimmage for Chris Johnson, topping Marshall Faulk's previous mark.
When I broke that record, I didn't know anything about it.
Faulk's record goes down today here in the Pacific Northwest.
I didn't find out about that until press conference after the game.
Johnson. And Johnson cracks 100 yards for the 11th straight game. He's now got 103 on the day and 25 yards away from 2,000 for the season.
We had been running the inside zone play all year. So going into this game, he like, we gonna put a little flavor on it. We gonna toss it.
7-2 for Tennessee.
And you know, I take my little shuffle, catch the ball. The defense runs to the outside, and it's the linebacker left, and I got the fullback in front of me. Block the guy perfectly. It opens up. It don't matter who's back there, safety, nothing. I'm finna score.
Toss sweep, Johnson coming up the middle, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Titans! And Chris Johnson has just run into history.
I get to the end zone, and when I look, I see the whole offense still way back there from where the play started. I'm like, damn.
Oh no, a penalty. It's coming back.
They say hold it.
Penalty flag back at the 43.
Offense number 45.
He doesn't know it yet.
10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
A 62-yard run is taken off the board.
And it was like, damn, I done broke 2,000 yards. They done took it back from me.
Johnson. And he's got it. Chris Johnson is now a member of the 2,000-yard rushing club. He joins an elite group of running backs, just the 6th player all time to get there.
Once I finally did it, it was like, okay, let's win the game.
3rd and goal, it's a pitch. Johnson slashing to the goal line. He's in, touchdown Tennessee.
That's going to be one sore back at the end of the day.
2,006 yards on the season. That's 5th all time.
O.J. Simpson, Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders, Terrell Davis, Jamal Lewis, Adrian Peterson, me. It's crazy.
What an accomplishment by the second-year sensation, Chris Johnson.